I need all of you to please spread the message of this new emote going around on Twitch. I just want you to go to whatever other streamers you watch, and no, I won't be mad at you. I understand, okay? You can only dedicate your 8 hours a day to one or two people, and some of you have ADHD, and some of you choose to dedicate it to multiple people. I need all of you to go ahead and let people know about the shit paste, because this is a great meme that I saw online that I simply cropped. Please tell everyone to use my shit emotes. The link is in the Discord. If we can get it fully authorized, if we can get it through the verification process, I'll be very happy. And I will. That's my magnum opus. That's that's when I quit streaming and I say, okay, I'm done. Because I'm just here for a good time, not a long time, right? When that happens, I say, okay, the stream is over. I've accomplished my goals. I've done everything that I can within this space. I'm going to move on now to timeshare. So I'm going to start selling timeshares. Hello, everyone, and good morning. Welcome to today's stream. We're going to be doing some fun things today, okay? Later today, we're going to be playing some games with Noggy. We're going to be playing some wizard games today. I think he's available in about 1 hour, he said. So about an hour and a half earlier. So let's see how long it takes him to get home. But let's see how it goes. We're going to be playing some wizard games today that are mostly co-op. You may remember him from joining us on that one run in Meridian 59, which is very, very funny. I'm glad that run was actually very successful, and that thankfully he wasn't super weird about the whole talking to strangers thing, and that he represented me well because he has my stream in his profile name. I was worried. I also found out that when he died, he went to the underworld because everyone who dies in that game goes to hell. Did you know that game has a literal hell level? You go to the underworld to be filtered towards heaven or hell, and apparently hell is coming back alive, and heaven is staying dead. Very, very good. I've also done some tweaks to my Emacs. I found out that Emacs allows you to do a custom image, so I got this really cool, custom image here. It's really nice. Got this really cool custom image. Just sort of sits there and looks pretty. It's very good. It's very good. It's very nice. Very nice. And this image could be anything. So I could have made this anything, but I figured this was the right feel. Apparently you can customize this even further. So I don't know if you know this, but there's a whole subculture of customizing your Linux. Linux erasing. I swear there's here we go. Unix porn. Here we go. Unix porn is the subreddit. I don't know why it's called Unix porn, but people really go hard when they start to customize my virginity defense. Holy shit. My virginity defense. Hyperland of my virginity defense featuring Quick Shell. You can't make this up. You actually can't make this up. I swear this wasn't planted. I swear. Look, it's on the best of all time. 24 days ago, in my virginity defense featuring Quick Shell. Ooh, that's good. I've been going through a lot of different things last night. So while I was customizing the Emacs and just getting it fully set up, making sure that I had a bunch of things going, I also was trying to build and install a couple of things for various segments, programming segments coming up. One is building the Meridian 59. Another was for another project of mine that is just a project. But basically, I had to figure out whether or not to go with WebRTC or Web Transport, because Quick, the underlying protocol, isn't supported on Safari, which explains my technological rant at 2 a.m. last night. And I learned that implementing a WebRTC server is fairly simple. You just need to go and get libWebRTC from Google itself. So inside the Chrome source, you can actually just get their version of WebRTC. The problem is that I didn't know this, or maybe I forgot. But the way to build any Google stuff is it's an entirely different system that you would have to use called their depot tools. You use something called G clients, and you download their depot tools, and you have to get these tools in order for you to actually make stuff because it's all based on Chromium. So they provide you with a bunch of really interesting sort of specific tools for developing within Chrome or Chromium that naturally extends to whatever you want to use from Chromium. And WebRTC, you can actually pull down by itself and use within your project. And it actually works perfectly fine within the server context. You don't even need to necessarily use it within a client. It works just as a as if you're using some sort of weird custom bespoke protocol that you're using an SDK to call out to. It's actually really good. The problem is that I hate working with it. So I'm going to try the web transport thing, because web transport, despite it not being supported on Safari, is way simpler, works very well, and does exactly what I need. Because boy oh boy, was there a lot to WebRTC. It uses the system called ICE, which is funny given the context of what's happening right now. But I swear it's a whole different ICE, which is in churn. It's actually using under the hood stun or churn, which are two different ways that you can possibly bypass the whole network address translation issue of like, oh, I sent a request. Oh, I don't know who you are, and I don't know where this goes. Where? Let's look at some of these, okay? So this is my first time to use Arch. I love Adwaita. What is Adwaita? What's funny is that while I was going through this, there was a lot of different projects that I saw that had some funny marketing. There is hilarious marketing. There's Strawberry Pearl, for instance, which is a Perl, I guess, environment or distribution for Windows. So it's as close to Unix Perl as you can get, and includes all the various tools that you need to work with it as well. And their promo images of Larry Wall. Who is Larry Wall? Larry Wall, American computer programmer and linguist. He's the author of Perl. Adwaita is the default GNOME theme, you think. Oh, wait. I didn't know they looked so nice. Wall is an active member of the New Life Church of the Nazarene. Ooh. But yeah, they have a quote from him where he says, when I'm on Windows, I use Strawberry Pearl. This could absolutely be fabricated. I have no clue. A lot of development stuff, I'm realizing, has some very funny sort of branding to it, and I've been posting bits and pieces of this within the Femboy Talks channel, but it's kind of a masterpiece how much of these things are just funny. Like here, this is that new operating system that I found called Tau OS, and just look at the selections of promo images to show off what it is. Okay, you have the play, but specifically they're playing. Look at the games. Linux programmers only play Bloons TD6 and Crosscode. Like that's Crosscode is a great game, but it's funny when you realize what the story of Crosscode is, which is an AR VR playground that has gone awry in some way and has taken over an entire planet. It's as if one of the major tech companies colonized an entire planet just to be able to make a cool like theme park game, okay? And then you have the create section, which has someone playing music by Takayuki Nakamura. I don't know who that is, and a pebble in Krita, which is a shitty looking cat, but it's also so cute that it's not shitty. Then you have develop, which is exactly what you expect, the VS Code. It's looking at Xenon. The hell is Xenon? Service.go. Oh, every time I use Go, I always sort of think to myself, I wish I was just using something else. Like even TypeScript in many ways can feel a bit more fun to use as long as the environment is set up. Whereas like Go is like the one good thing is the Go routines, but I don't know about the rest of it. Create a gang, and then there's study. I really like study. Cat girls. A cat girl is a some Kemo no Mimi, and then why cat girls are the future of industrial society. So there's a lot of funny things about programming material or just software marketing that is starting to show through. But what else have I found? Oh, I also found out this. So I posted this last night as well. There's a really neat little font thing. This thing, I'm just trauma dumping you basically right now. I'm just trauma dumping you because I need to wait until Noggy's ready for us to play some co-op games. Oh my god, did I even download the games? Fuck. The stream may lag for just a moment. Don't worry. Give it a moment. Okay, just give me a second. I'll be right back, and this will finish downloading in 5 minutes. Okay, sorry about that. Hey, we should be back now. Okay, is everything okay? Can you all see me? So yeah, my bad. I forgot to download the 2 GB game, so I just said, okay, well, I'm gonna. Usually, sometimes I download things during stream, and you don't really notice, but that's because I usually put like a cap on it. But this time I was like, we have to get time. We have to be able to make the time. So I was like, okay, we'll just download it really quickly. We need a programming emote. Stream, yeah, me, no. You can't see me. I'm on the camera right now. What is this? Why does programming show these emotes, man? What is this, man? I'm not wearing this. Hitting the gym. Wait, what is this? Wide jar. How do you do the wide jar thing again? Wide jar. Hitting the gym. The hit hitting the gym. Oh, it's the opposite way. Sorry, it's the opposite way. Didn't I lose my body in the Windows crash or something? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. I don't know what happened to it, but I was in the middle of configuring it, and then the files got corrupted. So I've just been lazy to go and pull down the original file because I don't remember which account it's on. The original file is somewhere in some random hard drive or some random account somewhere in its Google Drive, and I don't know where. Because I use that one as like a backup, but I forgot which one because I have multiples for different contexts. Because Google only gives you like a 15 GB whatchamacallit. So I was like, okay, well, might as well just do that. The problem is that because I don't know which one, I don't really know where to go get my stuff again. Programming. Let's go with this one. I think this one is better. Although the pink one is funny because the pink one is, I think, a part of the meme itself. But yeah, the body's somewhere. The body is somewhere. The one that I have on my local system is corrupted. But also, I don't necessarily want it because I'm going to move on to something else. So you'll see eventually once it's done. I'm just sort of doing it slowly because I'm very busy. I didn't realize I'd be so busy in life. What else did I do last night? I found a new font. So I checked out this font. There's apparently a really cool new feature, or at least an old feature, which is an old OpenType feature called OpenType, which I had no clue. '07. Goodbye, that poor old body. If you think about it, though, I'm technically free now, right? From the body. But this was a cool little explanation of how it worked, where the letters always sort of fit, and it looks nice no matter what font you're using, and it doesn't feel like things are squished up. Okay, but this, I didn't know that this existed, so I was checking this out as well. Basically, I was doing a lot last night that ultimately resulted in nothing because I was just busy checking all this stuff out and trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to make it look nice? I basically did the same thing that most people do on Unix porn, which is they don't really use the system for anything. They just sort of use the system to look cool for their friends, basically, is what I'm doing, right? Because if you look at what this person has, and don't use you maybe see his names. If you look at what these people have and what they're doing, it's like I use Arch and then Blender, and then that's it. And then this one is like really cool looking, for instance, right? The Virginity Guard. But the Virginity Guard is just opening settings and checking out large language models. And this person uses AI. By the way, look at what they typed. What is Sigma? Anime Buru. So being able to go read, watch anime. Or just look at the images. And a lot of this is a lot of what I do, which is not really doing much at all. And all we're really doing is just trying to pretend like we're doing something by making everything look cool. But it doesn't actually change anything. For instance, this looks really cool, right? But it's just configuration files. It's just a bunch of QML configuration files for your on-screen display brightness, for your overview, and then there's a cheat sheet to help you because you don't know what those things are because every configuration DLC was made by Satan. And then this person plays Minecraft, and they go and they show these cool menus and stuff, and I'm like, what are we doing here, man? Not to say that this person's not doing anything, but like that's what I feel like whenever I do this stuff. Okay, whenever I get deep in the weeds and I start customizing things and I start to do things like, oh yeah, I'll add like an RSS reader to my fucking Emacs, right? I think to myself, what am I doing with my time? Like there's nothing that I'm doing here that's actually changing or like going to result in anything meaningful. I'm just doing this because it looks cool to me. There's no actual sustenance behind what I've done. Like sure, now I get news from AP News. Reuters and AFP, but like, what does that matter to me? I mean, the only thing that I care about is that I get free games from itch because did you know that itch.io has an RSS feed? But yeah, that's why I found this, last night, and so I was looking through my like thingamabob, and this is a great little look at what happens when somebody spends way too long doing basically nothing. And then there's like a handful of people that make something cool like this. This is pretty cool. It's just a recolor filter. I don't really know what this thing is. But for the most part, a lot of it just ends up feeling like, what's the point? Because you're not You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm doing nothing with it. A little project I'm working on. Inspired by one of the greatest posts of the sub. Like imagine using this on a daily imagine using this thing on a daily basis. I'd be so fucking mad. I would be so fucking mad. I'd be like, I can't use this. You're taking too long to start up. I don't want to see a stupid animation. I just want to be able to go and see what it is that I'm doing and be able to go instantly. Because my daily routine is I start my PC, I take off my pants, and then I go right into my schedule and I look at what I'm doing. Then I take a mental note of all the things that I need to do, and I write them all down. And then when I write them all down, I put them into a little like note file, and that's my to-do for the day. If it takes me more than 5 seconds to do that, pants grab. If it takes me more than 5 seconds to do that, I can't survive because there's too little time in the first place, and we're already wasting time with this shit too. Like what? Tell me, how many times have you looked at your CPU usage? How many times have you ever looked at your CPU usage on a daily basis? I only care about my CPU when it starts to get slow. That's the only time that I really start to care, okay? I'm a bit like that developer who found the exploits within SSH where I go, it's a bit slower today. That's the only way that I would know, okay? I go by a relative metric. I don't look at the numbers and I go, this number is 0.001% slower. No, I look at it and I go, this is slower. Same with the memory. It's like, I don't give a shit about the memory. The temperature, the tasks, like, that stuff doesn't matter to me. I don't even care about the processes necessarily because look at the top processes. Your top process is always going to be some system process unless you're playing the game. And then look at the planets. What's the point of the planet? Like, how often do you move on the planet for that to matter? Like, how often do you move around on the planet at such a large degree that looking at where you are on the planet is ever going to change your life? You never move that far in a single day. You can't do that. It costs you thousands of dollars to fly that fast. Do you look at memory and CPU right often? You have memory right next to your clock. Why? Why? What does it do for you? I'm somebody who pulls down and builds things all the time, and I never bother looking at it because I'm like, if it fails, it fails, and then I start to worry about it. Otherwise, it's there. You gotta use it. You're not there to look at it. You just gotta use it, man. And look at the network traffic. I don't give a shit what's using my network. I only care if it's slow. And then I'm like, okay, it's slow. I'm gonna fix it. Like, what is this, man? Welcome to the rice fields. This is a classic video that I can't show you. It's incredibly racist now, but my god, was it funny back then. I say this as an Asian person. It was a really funny video. I made a Minecraft grub theme. I use Arch, by the way. Running Arch Linux on my flip phone. Actually, I've been wanting to repurpose my old phone sometimes into something like this. I've always wondered maybe I should just use my phone as a really cheap computer of sorts. But because they're ARM, earlier it wasn't always possible. Look at this. I mean, like even look at this. Even look at this. Like, why? Who cares about a bonsai tree in your terminal? Go and get a real bonsai tree. Just go and get a real bonsai tree, touch it, and then prune it yourself. Get the leaves and the branches to fall off and make the shape that you want to make. You don't need technology. You just need yourself. Among Us is wait, what? Among OS, a parody OS inspired by Among Us. It was mostly inspired by this Reddit post. It's a meme OS. It's in the same vein as Hannah Montana Linux, but it's also developed and made to be a lightweight. Your memory monitor kind of gives you an estimate when to restart your browser so your system doesn't go down. You know what? That's a fair point. You know, I forgot that most of you use this practice where you have multiple tens of thousands of tabs. Sorry. I'm a normal person who doesn't have tens of thousands of tabs running at any moment. So I don't have the same problem as you, where every time I flip back to Firefox, my system starts to slow down to a crawl, and I start to question whether or not I'm actually sane or not. Because that, to me, is insanity. Yeah, tabs be eaten. Yeah, I feel like the solution there is not the memory monitor. I feel like, listen, I'm just saying, I'm applying a developer's mindset to it, and I'm going to tell you this. I think the solution isn't the memory monitor. I think it's that you need to just use less memory in general. What is this? Tasty rice. Tasty rice. Damn, that does look cool, actually. But again, it's like what? Like, sure, it looks cool, but then what's the point? Like now, it's just in the way of everything that you want to do. Like, who cares about taking breaks and who cares about all these things? However, I will say I'm a big believer in the side tab. I'm a huge believer in the side tab. You have way more real estate sideways than you do up and down. Full screen, it doesn't matter because full screen will always use your full monitor, right? But when you're doing things, okay, your monitor is longer widthwise than it is heightwise. This is true even of the Steam Deck. Did you know that the Steam Deck is just it's a vertical monitor turned sideways? You see it all the time when you're messing with the Steam Deck, because whenever you mess with the Steam Deck and you change a few settings or you try to install some random thing or you try to use the Linux side of things and you break something, you see immediately that it's rotated sideways. You actually go into the settings and it shows you that it's rotated sideways, okay? So even for something like that, we prefer more horizontal route. But why? Because it doesn't make sense, right? Look at how I'm scrolling this website. Look at how we read. We read top to bottom, right? This is cramped. And now I have a taskbar in the bottom. Like, this thing's getting in the way. This is what it looks like. This is what Firefox looks like when it's not in full screen. See that gap at the bottom? See all that shit on top? Yeah? I'm a big believer in the side tab system because you have more room horizontally. I know before I was making fun of the whole side tab like viewer for browsers, but that was mostly a meme, kind of a meme, not really. I'm a big believer in side tabs. I'm just too lazy to set it up most of the time because it's not that simple. If it was easy to just go side tab usage, I would probably do it. But for now, it's not that useful. And then look, now you can go into the matrix, and it's like cool and all. But what have you done? What have you done with your life? What have you done with your time? Look at this. What have you done? Anyways, this was me for most of last night. I was actually making something, and I was busy trying to figure out which one to compile for. Because again, if you don't know what web transport is, it's this cool new protocol, or it's this cool new thing that's built on top of Quick, which is a new protocol which is built, I think, directly on top of UDP, and it doesn't go through the SDTP or something, or SCTP, which is like something channel transfer protocol, like WebRTC is, and thus you can use it just whenever you need something simple and doesn't have to go through all these other annoying bits and pieces because it's not really made for P2P. There's no need for it to deal with stun or churn. It's very nice. I was trying to figure this out, and I don't know how I ended up over here, but I just know that I wasted time somewhere, because for me to end up here, that's how you know that I wasted time somewhere. Anyways, that's all I've been up to. Is it time yet? No, we still have half an hour. About classic. I mean, that's the thing, right? I can't keep focus on development by myself, let alone development on stream. It's why I don't develop on stream. What's a Fairphone 5? What? Because the problem with developing on stream is it's sort of the same problem, but worse. Where the moment somebody says something, we go down this really large side tangents, and then all of a sudden we're talking about the pros and cons of using C++ in the modern world, when all I wanted to do was just to make something spin on my screen. It's a very huge problem, and I wonder what is the solution for it, and I wonder how other developers handle it, right? Because I'm usually in one of two modes where it's more or less, this is more or less like a full Libre phone or something. Wait, really? Because there has to be another developer that's running into this issue too, but also maybe they don't, because my issue is a bit weird where some days I'll be so hardcore into it that I won't notice until my wife texts me at 1 a.m. and she's like, where are you? And I'm like, oh shit, sorry, honey, I was programming. But on the other hand, it's like maybe I'll be so busy that I just don't even do anything, and I'm always messaging, and it's like I don't know what to do. There's no in between with me. Full Libre, designed for living with worry-free, 5-year warranty. Get updates until 2031. Okay, expandable memory. Okay, actually, this is fair. I don't know why phones don't include this anymore. My phone smells like ketchup. I don't know why they don't allow you to put in a micro SD card anymore. I get sort of why it's easier to design without it, but also you make more money when people want more. But at the same time, I don't really know why, because I'm like, isn't that the whole, like, you would be able to when you want that? IP55 sweat and water resistant. It always rains in Amsterdam. Easily repairable. How do I fix it? How do I fix this? Compare the repair costs. Fast, powerful, reliable, game-changing battery. Smooth Android 15. Oh, can I say something about iOS too? I don't know why iOS is the way that it is now. It feels like it's shit now compared to Android, which is crazy because it's like the rest of the iOS ecosystem, like the rest of the Apple ecosystem, is really good, but just the operating system by itself sucks. Wow, super fast 5G speed. Video call your friends. Dynamic OLED screen to play games. AI that fuck off. Your camera. Premium. I've never used the phone AI. It's fucking useless. Okay, so you can just do all this. Okay, you can take photos of somebody. Okay, super fast autofocus. Level up your selfies. Capture your life. So, what exactly is the difference between this and any other phone? Because I can't tell, other than the parts are cheaper. Like genuinely, I this hasn't told me anything. This hasn't told me anything about us. What is a Fairphone 5? Why should I? Because it's like the Libre phone I get, but does it mean it's the same way as the Libre phone where you can take out the parts in entirely and then fix things? We make an impact. I guess that's what it means. Yeah. Wait, what? Start small audio. No shit. Chat, if they have a fixable headphone, oh my god. If these headphones are fixable, you don't understand. I'm gonna buy them. My Sony headphones hinge broke off. Can I fix these? Modular, foldable, durable, up to 30 hours of this thing. Proud design, proud IF design. Well, what is proud IF design? What? I don't care if you're proud of yourself. I care if you work. 40 millimeter dynamic drivers. Okay, high definition audio, seamless dual point connectivity. Yes. This is something that I noticed a lot of headphones don't have. They don't have this the new Bluetooth standard that allows you to switch between different applications. There's a cool feature in Bluetooth in the Bluetooth standard where multiple devices can request connectivity to a single Bluetooth device, and the Bluetooth device can intelligently swap between them and give priority access to one thing versus the other without necessarily causing it to crash or to cause it to be locked up or like having you to manually intervene. So you can have it for your phone to listen to music and or like you can have it on your PC to watch a movie and then to your phone when you have to call someone. Active noise canceling. Maybe I should buy this. Built to last. Modular design. All right, maybe you were actually thinking about Libre phone or something else. Not sure if you recognize this one then. I mean, the Libre phone is a great concept, but if this is the same thing as the Librem phone, and you also get a headphone that's easy to fix because my headphones fucking exploded, I would love this. And thank God there's no touch controls. Wow. Impact, innovation, e-waste neutral. The specs at a glance. How do you actually like fix this thing though? What's like the tell me how to fix this. Your whole existence is based on how good I can fix this thing. Modular design. How do I fix this, you motherfucker? Son of a bitch. Spare parts. Spare parts. Here we go. What the hell is EOS? End of service with EOS? Oh god, their website sucks. It takes so long to load. It's like a blank screen until it finally loads up. Jesus. Keep what you want for longer. Oh, it does have spare parts, chat. I might buy this headphone. I actually genuinely might buy this headphone because that's my biggest problem is that I can't deal with the fact that these things break and there's no easy way to fix them. Like my Sony ones right now, the hinge, there's so much effort required to fix the hinge that I'm like, is it even worth it? Whereas this one, it feels like you can probably fix everything because you have the headband cover, you have the headband base, you have the connector to the speakers. Where is the actual speaker component? I don't think you can fix this. No, sorry, this is the speaker. This is the speaker. So you put this on top of the speaker, you then put the cushion on top of that. You then put them both onto the headband base, and then you put the headband bases onto the headband, which is then covered by the headband cover, and then you connect both sides with the speaker cable, and you put the battery somewhere in your pocket somewhere. I don't know. Okay, you know what? I might just buy this because if I can fix my headphones every single time for $20, and if there's a guarantee that they'll keep making it and I don't have to 3D print something, because I don't want to have to bother my friend every time to 3D print something, I think I would go for this. What is an EOS? Real privacy built to last. What is EOS? EOS is a fully degoogled version of Android. What? The EOS Foundation de-googled de-googled ungoogled. EOS is an open source mobile operating system with carefully selected applications. They form a privacy-enabled sonic internal system for your smartphones. Not just claims. Open source means audible privacy. Wow. So the whole point of this is to de-Google your system. But I will say this, the best part of Google is the Play Store in your phone. So the moment that you get rid of that Play Store, it's like, what's the point of using your phone? Because I don't know if you've ever used those other third-party stores. Those third-party stores have nothing because it's nobody distributes on them because it's a waste because it's like, you might as well just distribute on the main store. That's cool. So the Librum is this. So, okay, so what the fuck is Hyperland? Hyperland provides the latest Wayland features, modern compositor with the looks. Hyperland provides the latest Wayland features, dynamic tiling, all the eye-candy powerful plugins. Huh? Whoa. This is a Unix porn ricing video. Their official promo is a Unix porn ricing video with asteroids and night helmets. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all the information that you're never gonna use. I'm telling you right now. I'm somebody who uses my machine to the point where it slows through a crawl because it's trying to build like a stupidly massive project. Yeah, I've never had to look at this in my life until it gets bad. So the fact that it's always there, I'm like, what is the point? It's a Wayland tiling window manager. So, as based on what you said last time. Window manager is a thing that manages your windows and sort of changes how they function, or is it how they look? And then tiling is specifically the way that you can like move things into various edges of the screen, which you can do in Windows too. Wow. Amazing. What is this? Leftspace.js, hyperland.config. These are both configuration files. You can't fool me. You can't fool me! Features: smooth, dynamic tiling, global tearing support. Tearing support? Tearing. Screen tearing. Oh. Unlock full power. Get the latest power features Linux offers. Okay. So, how many of these are there? Like, how many of these are there? If there's... Aren't there like a million different window managers? Like, I get the point, but don't they all function roughly the same? And then the rest is just a customization layer? Like... Explain to me this. How come there isn't like a single window manager that has the ability to tile as well as other things, and then you just customize it based on what you want on top? Or was that tried and then everyone was like, we don't want that, and then they tried to do their own thing? Hall of Fame. Memorials of Ricing Legends. I love how ricing as a term has become the meaning, like the word to use for like customizing your stuff. Because I don't know how to explain this, but like the reason why it was called ricing is because Asian people would customize their cars. Like the entire reason why ricing was created was because, as a term, Asian people were usually the people customizing the cars. So, like, you know, my people would customize cars, and then they would be like, "Oh, dude, that guy's ricing his car because we're Asian, and so we eat rice." I'm not even kidding you. Hi, honey. Everyone, be nice to my wife. Don't be mean to her. Everyone, be nice to my wife. We're currently waiting for somebody to play a game with. Hall of Fame. Let's check out this Hall of Fame. Rivendell. What is this? What the fuck is this? Why? Tell me why. Tell me why you would need to go back. Tell me why you would turn your desktop into a fucking adventure game. Tell me. Why would you do this? Look at OBS looks so out of place. It looks so out of place compared to what you have here. OBS, normal application. You move the screen, boom, buddy. You're in a 1990s adventure game. What? This music? It has scroll sound effects. It has paper scroll. It has a trumpet. It has a trumpet. It's got a trumpet input for notifications. Holy shit! Look. Wow, this is the screenshot thing. This is the screenshot interface. It's just a bunch of string connected to a piece of wood. Wow. I I I just I can't believe it. Like what the fuck is the point? What the fuck? Imagine using this thing on a daily basis, man. I would go crazy. Imagine using this system on a daily basis. I would be too distracted to do anything. They even have a health bar. What is this? What is this? Wow. Okay, so now he's gonna open up NeoVim. He almost typed config. I mean coom. He's gonna go into his hyperland config. He's gonna do a different border. Okay, so you have to like, oh my god, now it's chain link. Now it's a chain link. Wow. Do you see what I mean by we've gone too far? They even use Rust. Do you know how I know that they use Rust? They have a cargo folder right there. They even use Rust and they use Z shell. Wow. They also work with the .NET Core because there's a .NET folder. Wow. The Lord of the Rings, Rivendell, the complete recording. Beauty will save you. Okay, and then they play, and then they play with the media tab that also hooks into Brave's media tab. They're gonna play Rivendell. What is this? I have to get this. I I absolutely have to get this. I feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I understand the point now. I absolutely understand the point of ricing your Linux distro. Like this is peak. This is actually peak. Most window managers do more or less the same thing, but there's some differences. Like most use automatic placement depending on the choosing layout, but then some you manually specify where to put new windows. Hyperland is well known since it was one of the first tiling managers, window managers on Wayland. There were a lot in Xorg, but Xorg window managers don't work on Wayland, right? Because they're two different protocols, right? Okay, that makes sense. But then it's like, even that difference of like the automatic and the manual, I'm surprised that that isn't up to some configuration. Like in many ways, the way that window management is done on Linux, I feel like they could learn a couple things from just CSS on the web. Or even they could learn a couple things from even Windows or even Mac OS, where like on either of those operating systems, I can drag to any corner and then tile my windows however I want on Windows to a fairly sort of like basic degree of like left, right, up, down sort of like style. But still, it's like it's up to me to choose at the moment, or it can automatically do so if I wanted to. But that's a extra thing with the Power Toys, right? Whereas on like Mac OS, you like get sort of the same thing too. I'm just surprised that you have to download a whole different one to do a different thing, even though it's like basically it's just gonna go back to the problem that I talked about of there are too few developers and they're all working on something different. Like there aren't enough devs to work on everything, and we're splitting them across multiple different things like window managers. Wow. Featuring two plugins I wrote. Pretty much everything was written during the course of the competition. Competition? What competition? Though I didn't have time to write the firmware, the bootloader, the kernel, the OS, the drivers, file system, most of the stuff. Most of the hardware that someone else manufactured. Many late nights. What? Who? This is a real thing. Hello, chat. Welcome. When are we gonna? Are you can take your time. We're actually looking at some cool stuff here. We're looking at a cool window manager setup that I need to install this at some point. If I ever dual boot and I go into like a Linux sort of environment for stream, I'm gonna use this. You're scranning. Okay, go ahead and scran. Now, because of Scrandle, I know what scranning means. Dismay type shit. What? Dismay type shit? No. Disney type? Disnan type? What does that even mean? What is this font? Why is it so fancy? Low income barony. What? Oh my god. Oh! Oh my god, it's a World of Warcraft music video. At some point, they ran out of World of Warcraft assets that they had to pull assets from Warcraft 3. What the fuck is this, man? That's the Dungeon Sholomance. What is a Sholomance? Schlongmancer? There's the Scholomance trilogy is a series of three young adult fantasy novels written by American author Naomi Novik. The Sholomance. The Sholomance was a fabled school of black magic in Romania, especially in the region of Transylvania. Scholomance is an evil wizard school in WoW. What? Wow, Scholomance. Oh, the zone. You were talking about the zone is called Scholomance. What the fuck? How do you recognize the zone off of like a 2 second? This isn't even like a legible video. This isn't even a legible video. It's literally just a bunch of shit popping on your face. Like, there's nothing legible about what you're seeing on screen here. You're a fucking nerd. Wow, this is fantastic. This is I guess they made a competition to get people to show off their stuff. Why is but what? There was no modern compositor with the looks. Some of these are way more tame and some of these go really tame compared to what we just saw. Special announcements: the fantasy race is finally complete. Saya, the fantasy race is complete. Saya, the people are starving. We should wait. Announcements. Hello, everyone. Thomas Woodrow Wilson did the Hyperland Cathedral. Oh my God! This is time for the 4th Hyperland Ricing competition. Wow. And the prize is only 3 months of Nitro. That actually sucks. I'm sorry. And look, wow, look at the prizes. Look at the prizes. To be fair, you don't have many avenues in open source, right? Open source is free and you can't really do much at all, but the price for the rice is 3 months of Nitro, not Discord Nitro, actual nitroglycerin. 3 months worth of nitroglycerin is worth many thousands of dollars, okay? A README featuring rice. 1 free issue or free priority ticket. So you get to choose what bug they fix next. That's funny. That's funny that you get to choose what bug that they have to focus on next. That's an amazing prize. You don't understand? That's a prize I would kill someone for. Maybe there are mixed managers that can do both. You're not sure. There's this new one called Scrolling with the Manager. That also lets you scroll through your desktop on top of tiling. That sounds interesting, actually. Windows managers of desktop environments have been adopting some of those styling features, including Windows and Mac, but usually they are not as featureful as a standalone one. Yeah, but like, it seems like they have the ability to switch between the various types that people use. So I'm like, if they have the ability to switch between them, like basically, I'm not trying to say that like one is better than the other. I'm just saying that it's strange that the adoption of it in what is typically seen as the inferior platform has more customizability than the base form that is considered to be vaunted and holy. Like the fact that you need to get an entirely different system, the fact that you have to get an entirely different thing to be able to then view your windows in a different way, versus just pressing like an option button to say I want to use this style now versus that style. Because then it's like, couldn't you just reuse most of the code? Like I'm pretty sure most of the code to render things is the exact same, no? So it's like, except for the fact that you have to lay things out and position them. Isn't that the only real difference? Maybe I'm oversimplifying. You know what? I'm oversimplifying because I don't know enough about the problem to say otherwise. And so to me, it seems strange. Contest number 3. Oh, I see. The contest was fantasy. Now it's space. Celestial. I see they moved to videos after. The quality difference is actually genuinely insane. What is this? This hurts my eyes, but also this was what my Windows terminal was like because you can shade your Windows terminal. It's Cowboy Bebop themed. This is a configuration file. You can't fool me. These are configuration files in Svelte. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. Wall of Fame. Does Hyperland use HTML to show things? Or is this just for the website? I'm assuming this is just for the website. Yeah, this is just for the website. Imagine being Spike Spiegel, okay? You're on a bounty hunt, and you have to find this AI, and then Jet's like, Spike, you have to load up your terminal. You have to start Hyperland right now. I've just sent you an email, and Spike's just there, hunched over his fucking terminal as it's spewing orange radiation into his eyes in the grainiest fucking font possible, 1,000 years into the future. And he's like, Jet, I can't see shit on this thing. Spike, you have to type in rm-rf slash. Spike, there's a virus on your system. You have to wipe the system, Spike. Type rm-rf slash. Spike, type rm-rf slash Spike. Spike, you've got to delete the system, Spike. It even has fucking clips for the show. There's another mouse cursor there. Sorry, it's the person's. Wow. You know, they've improved. The first couple contests were kind of cool. Like, these first couple contests are kind of nice and stuff, right? But it's just the level of imagination. Like, up until summer, it was a fairly normal contest. People were ricing as if it was like an average everyday person ricing their system. Then space came around, and VDog, it was like, yo, imagine what I could do with this. And VDog once again comes in for the fantasy and says, the Disney type shit. What? Lest you be slain in a ride-by. Bisected in twain by halberds. What is the full lyrics? Can we just listen to this again? This is absurd. I know it's max volume, but we just have to have it at max volume. I'm a dark wizard, man. That is the hardest song I've ever heard. What is effectively a WoW shitpost video for what is a window tiling manager contest. Like, that is the hardest song I've ever heard in my life. Yo, this VDog person kind of sick, actually. I'm gonna follow them. Okay, this VDog person knows what's up. Dear God, is it good? Only works on the debug Hyperland. Use a patch made like hell of them. It just system output to the audio mother mode. Wait, what? There's actual songs. Low income barony. This is the actual song. Written by me, performed by me. Backing track is a remix of this song. I'm just gonna add this to my list. Holy shit. BUV. You and the wizards decide it's finally time to take out that one dungeon that's been bothering you for way too long. Holy shit. Saruman. Saruman after he teleports to Memphis. Is that Mordor? Just look at the wizard. Holy shit. Just look at, imagine it's a music video. Just imagine that it's a music video, okay? Just imagine that it's a music video. This is the best music video ever. Oh god. This might be the best find ever. Honestly, for Thaumaturge Tuesday, this is great. You know, like those pointy white-headed knights at the start. We don't talk about the pointy white-headed knights, okay? We don't talk about them. What are your, what is this? This is the best channel I've ever found in my entire life. I can't believe this is the best. The Captain Picard cat. This is amazing. Chad, I'm so glad that we found this. How did they go from this? How did they go from the ship posting? What? Chad, how recent was... Chad, how did they go from the ship posting to making the banger music to Born to Speak More? Where's the Born to Speak? We need to see Born to Speak More. Born to Speak More. Born to Speak More. Okay, I'll listen to you more. Life is a Dream. Know It All 1991. I am Eldritch Voice Man. I am Pharaoh Philosopher. 410 billion listening years. I want to be the song you're hearing it. Fundamentally unserious channel. No sponsors, no ad reads, no commissions, no merch, no monetization, no social media. Only creative expression. This is who I wish I was, but I can't be like them because I've monetized my channel and I can't undo it. I can't believe I've never known this channel ever. How did this person find this channel? How did they? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow. Wow ambience and wow. I live in a low income barony. What? Wait, there's a difference? No account for at no account for. So I can't do that again. I legitimately I can't do that again. I'm gonna go crazy. What's this? Oh, this is just like 24/7 wow music channel. Okay, This is the coolest developer I've ever seen in my life. Why are they busy doing this when they could do anything else? This person could be doing anything else. What the hell is Codeberg? Codeberg? Codeberg is a non-profit community-led effort that provides Git hosting and other services for free. Oh god, sorry. I forgot that I set my alarm at this time in case I slept in. I set an alarm at like 1:05 just in case. You're just about ready when I am, boss man. XOXO. Okay, I'm also ready too. And you know what? I'm glad that we went down this random trip of me telling you, trauma dumping about my inability to stay focused on my projects. I'm glad that I found all these different things. We're gonna move on now. We're gonna play some games with Nagi. Again, we're gonna play some wizard games today. There's gonna be a lot of different wizard games that we're gonna be playing today. We're gonna play Super Agent Wizard Boy. Some. It's a really just a long name. And Mage Arena, which actually looks really fun. I'm excited to blast people with spells. I don't know which one we're starting with, so just while we set this up, because it might take a while, enjoy ambient WoW music. It's Wizard Wednesday. Sorry. The joke is that it's Wizard Wednesday, even though it's Tuesday, because it's like the wizards, they time traveled or something. They're like lost time wizards or something. What's a good OST? What's your favorite OST from WoW? Can we get like a Orgrimmar music? Okay, I didn't know that you're into shit. Orgrimmar. Vanilla Orgrimmar music. All right, BRB, and we'll set things up. In the meantime, listen to Orgrimmar. But I do have to go. I'm gonna be gone, so I won't be here tomorrow as well. I'll be busy tomorrow. With my wife, probably until Thursday or Friday. I'm not really sure. I'll be back on Friday, maybe afternoon-ish time. I don't really know what time I'll be back. I have to do a quick interview on Friday, and then I'll be able to come back. So we'll see how it goes. But thanks everyone for joining me today. If he can stay on, so I can raid him, that'd be very nice, because then I could actually like raid somebody for once in my lifetime. Stay good, everyone. Don't download Emacs, and stay away from programming. It'll ruin your life. Bye, everyone, and thanks for joining us today on Wizard Wednesday. And once again, please do follow Mr. Nagi, because boy, oh boy, he's always a riot. He's always a riot, and he makes great streams, and he's already offline. How is he so fast at clicking the button to disappear right before I go, like, I'm trying to raid you, buddy? Bye, everyone. Have a great night, and see you all next time.